Eyes up. Where he is now is that. Actually, I've almost done it.
Front of it.
Okay. What happened to his front end around the corner? He came up to the line.
Not really, did he? Duck out through his shoulder.
He'll have a feel of it next time. Stay up. Don't let himself. So there, you can see where my shoulder is. Now my right rein, so he went to look left. So all I've done is block his shoulder. He's going backwards because he went, hang on a minute, and he basically bounced off it. So he's trying to find room. Yeah, you can't take it. So there, the straightness. Julia, you know German scales of training, don't you?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, when does straightness come in? There you go. There, pretty early. Yeah, now he's pissed. Right, so for him, within 2 goes to walk past like that,
Yeah.
is basically saying, yeah, well, you know what he's saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so now we put our shoulders on his ass, left rein. So he's saying that's a bit different, and you'll notice the way he's twisted away. So what he's done now in coming this way is he's made room with the right shoulder to turn forward, right? And because he's still in front of me, he has to deal with it. So his first thing is he isn't even entertaining what the, see there, suddenly it's like, oh, something else to be distracted by. So the first thing I want to get him to do is actually think, what is that? What do I have to do? Now, I don't mind him stepping backwards here because with my shoulder like this, he's still in front of me.
Yeah.
So we're still dealing with the issue. Now, he thought about it and he tried it, but he also took advantage of when I gave him that freedom. But that's fine, because again I then caught him and channeled him, and the fact that he went, oh, I might have to do this, then they use the speed. So by going quicker he says, oh, I'm going to do it. And you can see him use the leg to brain then. Good, now we've got the snorts of resignation. That's it. When they start snorting like that, it's like he's going, all right, I'll do it. Now, what I'll do is catch that thick straightness. So, you know, what's interesting at this point is, if you're standing still, he immediately starts looking away from it and says, oh, I don't want to know about it. Whereas there he's thinking about it. Now at the moment this is a battle of wills and technique. And all I'm doing is shutting the door on his evasions. great. Like there's an element of, at that point, so I've made him really angry because he can't find a way out. But I don't want to dominate him. You know, I can pull a stick and make him do it or whatever, and he was about to do it. But if I go away and do something else and freshen him up, hopefully when I go back to that, it'll be his idea.
Yeah.
And then he'll go, and it'll be fine. But he gets you longitudinally as well, because when you ask him to go forwards, he holds the stride. Then he takes the bit. So again, the same. See there, he's backed up at me. So it's important here that I stay open, soften the arms. Now the thing that's important with that is, I didn't catch his bottom. Like, I've got my shoulders on his ass, I can let go of the front. But where we get caught is, in that moment, if you throw your body to try and keep up with the jump, you come out of balance. And then he associates with this, that he gets caught in the teeth and caught in the back. So now I'm starting to be able to channel his shoulder in the jump. Right, so for something so scary, once he accepts it, right, see the left shoulder go. So I've caught the shoulder, that's why that's a real issue. So then I caught it, and he put his foot down on it. So even though he went backwards, he was in front of me, and that's him trying to deal with it. You've got to let him work his way through it. You give him a little bit of space. It'll be interesting back this way. Yeah. Right, so he doesn't throw through the right shoulder, he throws through the left. So off that rein, he stayed straight. Yeah. Off the left rein, he'll look to punch through the shoulder, which is what I meant about, you'll often find they'll show one way, but they won't show the other. Yeah. And that's more about the shoulder not being able to get away. For him to shy right, he would have had to throw the shoulder right. And he doesn't do that. Again, correct the shoulder. Bob will get stuck in yours in a sec. Yeah, exactly. You know, if he's that scared of it, he'd be down through that fence when he stood on it. the big thing that time was you could feel him, he was just going to do it. Like he drew through the neck. And he mentally was like, okay, I'm going to cope with this. So again, this is the psychological battle. So if he's prepared to do that, then all the crap before it. Yeah, good. Man. Shoulder. So again, when we start to think, oh, this is working, then he takes advantage and goes through the shoulder. Now I can do that just trotting to it. So there he's in front, kick the hip. But my shoulder won't go forwards, but that frees my hip. You don't have to worry about that yet. So, you know, that we'd expect him to have a bit about. Oh, that's different. The horse will actually get quicker.
Yeah.
But in getting quicker, they lull you into a sense of security because it's like, oh, he's going. I'll go. Yeah. But he gets long and he gets away from you, and then he can go, bang, I'm stopping, or bang, I'm having a look at it. And in doing that, your body falls forward. Yeah. Much better to do that sort of work than build him up. So we've focused on the last 3 strides, we've focused on the obstacle. Then we start powering him up. Then when we come around the corner, it's very important now with you to this, that he's exhausted. That's called mental exertion. Then you can control your line, you've got time. But once he starts to get long and you lose the shoulder, then speed's your only option. And then that's where it all starts to fall apart. Any questions? Particularly through the left shoulder.
Yeah. Your hands were
quite wide.
Quite wide.
Yeah.
That leg was just on the whole time.
Yeah. But the leg, but the primary thing is this is putting the horse in front of me.
Yeah.
All right. The reality is keeping the neck straight.
Yeah.
So thumb out on the left hand.
Right. Yeah.
And that line is short, so he can't take the bridle away. You can't get the shoulder across. The leg then, yes, reinforcing that, but it was more about this first. And you'll notice a lot of the time, as long as I stayed here, when he walked backwards, I wasn't going boot, boot, boot. It's like you're still in front of me. We haven't, once he gets me here and I'm in front of him, now he's in control. So by stepping backwards, he's looking to draw my shoulder and have me go like this. But exactly, I'm in front of him, so he can do what the hell he likes. So Bob's got the same issue. His horse's shoulder goes sideways, which takes his hip and draws his shoulder. So all you can do is chase. So the first thing is controlling that, and the first thing is putting him in front of me. Now his first thought was me, because it's like, hang on a minute, you don't do that. So then my issue is to get him dealing with the question, because he wasn't dealing with the question. He was just saying, no, I'm not even going to consider what it is. It's different, I'm not playing. And that's the attitude we have to change. I need to come down to a fence with a horse going, well, I know I'm going to jump it, and not even question jumping it, but actually come down going, well, what is it? What have I got to do? If I'm coming down, the horse is going, well, do I feel like it today? Don't I feel like it today? I'm in trouble. You know, it isn't going to work. So this and putting the horse in front is really important. That frees my hip because my hip's in front of the shoulder, so if he goes through the back, it'll kick that way. And then that channel, and you saw him spin out. He's got his little bag of tricks. He's cool because his bag of tricks isn't huge, and he's not angry about it. Right? It's when they're really angry, that can be quite dangerous. You saw him start snorting, which is, oh, I can't get away from this. Thinking about accepting it. Tested a few more times, he got really angry. Yeah. And then go away, have a play, come back, and he goes, actually, you know, I can do this. And I would then repeat that every day. Every time I get on him, that'd be the first thing I do. And that sets his ground rules. So suddenly that drum, when he jumps and goes a little sideways, suddenly that's really cool. And it's channeling, so that's a wide channel. Right, that's a narrow channel. So on a Grand Prix dressage horse we want right here, but actually you've probably seen him about here. But at no other, you know, that's a very balanced horse. So a wide channel here, that closes that side of the channel, that closes that side of the channel, and that keeps the shoulder straight. So if he's pushing through this shoulder, then I'll close that side, but I'll leave him room